start. John Hall to kick off for the New York Jets. Kevin Williams is the center deep man. They want him to concentrate on the returns more this year. Camille Loud and Daryl Porter are back with it. We are underway in Ralph Wilson Stadium. 6 yards deep, and they'll take a knee. The Bills offense led by Doug Flutie. He returned from Canada last year and was the game's comeback player of the year. Last week, 300 yards in a losing cause. In the backfield, Smith and Gash. The receivers, Moles, who exploded last year with a 20.4 average on 67 catches. Reed and the tight end Remersma. Up front, Fina, Reuben Brown, who has gone to 3 straight Pro Bowls, Ostrowski, Ziegler, and Hicks. Antoine Smith is the deep man in the eye. And he'll get the first carry. Lowers his head, gets maybe 3. Here's the Jets defense, the 3-man front. Lyle, Logan, and Anthony Pleasant, who had a half-dozen sacks last year. Excellent linebackers led by Mo Lewis, a Pro Bowler and an exceptional tackler, along with Cox, Jones, and Ferrier. A veteran secondary, Aaron Glenn has developed into one of the NFL's best at corner. Mickens, and at safety, Green and Atwater. Smith. 3 more. Brian Cox led the charge on defense.
Mike, those 2 plays don't appear to be tone setting, but they really are for the Buffalo Bills. It's important that Doug Flutie gets into a rhythm. So being able to get positive yards and get in a manageable 3rd down was critical on this first possession for him.
Boy, he was so emphatic yesterday. We were talking to him. He says, you know, 2nd and 12 is a killer.
4 wide receivers as Williams 82 and Peerless Price, the rookie from Tennessee, 81, check in. Price is a burner. Flutie buys time, knocked away at the last minute. Tremendous defensive play by Corey Sawyer. He was just picked up after being released by the Cincinnati Bengals, already working in their nickel package.
Terrific job of coverage by Corey Sawyer. He stays with them all the way across the field. It's a good pass. Sawyer just lays out. That tells you what kind of a professional he is to join a team and then all of a sudden be able to contribute right away.
Sawyer will also handle the punt return duties as Moore sails one downfield. Sawyer at the 26, had a seam and took it back across the 30. The Jets offense must now count on career underachiever Rick Mirer. He's won 20 of 54 as a starter. Curtis Martin becomes the offensive focal point. He's gone over 1,000 yards rushing his first 4 years. He starts with Anderson, Johnson, Ward, and Baxter, the tight end. Up front for New York, Elliott, Jenkins, Mawai, Thomas, and Jason Fabini, who was really impressive as a rookie. Mirer to throw on first down, completes to Keyshawn Johnson, but he's wrapped up in a hurry and a marker down as well.
Mike, that's just a terrific call for Mirer. Get him out, let him throw the football, let him get some confidence right away.
Offside, number 78 of the defense, the 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Ron Winter making the call. Bruce Smith was offside. And that's what quarterbacks want, don't they? That comfort zone.
Well, not only do you want it as a quarterback, especially in Rick's case, where you're new to a team, he's got something to prove to these guys and to himself. You get a completion, it's a good way to start.
1st and 5, also a nice way to start. Curtis Martin got a good block on the corner and has the first down out near the 44-yard line. For the Bills defense up front, Hanson, Washington, and Bruce Smith, number 2 all-time on the NFL sack list. still going strong in his 15th year. The linebackers, Rogers, John Holasek, a great run stopper who led the team in tackles last year, Cowart and Northern. In the secondary, Irvin and Smith at the corners. Jones and Kurt Schultz, who intercepted 6 passes a season ago, are the safeties. Martin. Not much. The Jets are missing so many weapons. Of course, Vinny, who ruptured the Achilles tendon last week. Wayne Corbett will be out about another month with a broken foot. Eric Green, the massive tight end. Leon Johnson, their third down back and kick returner. Otis Smith, their best cover corner, along with one of their outstanding cover corners. And their nose guard. It's a real challenge for Bill Parcells. Draw to Martin. Dragged down from behind. Good pursuit by Holasek.
You know, you can rush the passer all you want and put your blitzes on, but Sam Rogers is the outside linebacker, number 59. You've got to be aware that they're going to try to run the football. He just overruns the back. When you come upfield, you have to be under control. Watch number 59, Rogers. Watch him on the outside. He overruns the ball carrier. And when you do that, Curtis Martin gets back to the outside and picked up 4.
3rd and 7. The crowd really into it early. Deep sideline. The catch made by Dedrick Ward. Was he out of bounds? He was.
That is, in my opinion, that is always the receiver's fault. That's a heck of a good throw. But you've got to give the quarterback a cushion to the sidelines. Watch the release. See, if he is closer in and not running so close to the sidelines, Kurt Schultz doesn't have a chance to get over. I'm impressed with the way Rick Meyer has come out and thrown the football early in this football game.
Tom Tupa to kick it away to Kevin Williams. Tupa, of course, not only the punter, but was the star replacement quarterback a week ago. Williams lets it go, takes a sideways bounce, and just kicked into the end zone. A 53-yard punt that was almost downed inside the 5. First quarter, 10:51 to go. No one except the New York Jets. 7-1, 62%, 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions against Bill Belichick's defense. He was really stuffed. Belichick has done that to a lot of people. Antoine Smith. He's 6'2", 225. One of the problems he has had is adjusting to a fullback in front of him. He has one of the best in Sam Gash.
Well, the 2 linebackers, Cox 51 and Marvin Jones 55, watch the blocks. You'll see them in your screen. Reuben Brown gets a block. Dusty Ziegler gets a block, and when that happens, Dusty Ziegler 61, Reuben Brown 79, and when he gets through the hole, that's first down.
Smith almost lost the ball, then almost lost his head as Brian Cox nearly dehorned him.
Of course, a crowd favorite here in Buffalo,
yeah.
Brian Cox. Boy, you just love the way he plays football. He's intense. He has a job to do, and he does it. Doug Flutie's got to make this a good handoff. I always believe that it's the quarterback's responsibility to make sure that the back has the ball clean. Here it gets slapped in. It's not clean. So Antoine Smith doesn't have a chance to see the hole, and before he does, a train comes through it. Billy Belichick. Terrific job he's done as a defensive coordinator everywhere.
Offside.
2nd and 13. Jonathan Linton gets the toss, and he's wrapped up before he has a chance to get going by James Ferrier, the outside linebacker. Got him around the ankles, but there's a marker down on the play.
Brian Cox got offside, number 51. He gets up on the outside and tries to anticipate the call.
Offside. Number 51 in the defense. A 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Bill Parcells says Brian Cox is playing like Superman for him, and if there is anybody playing inside linebacker in the NFL that's any better, he doesn't know who it is.
The one person in this place that likes him.
He's got his old jersey, not the new one. 2nd and 7 after the penalty. Smith back in at I-back. When you You got to say one thing for the Bills. They have obviously made a commitment to the running game early in this one.
Well, when you do that, though, you're going to have to block some linebackers. Marvin Jones that time just went up into the hole and stuffed it. They read the run very well, and you said it before. They have 4 terrific linebackers.
Not only if you set the tone of being able to run the football, which Doug Flutie basically said is an attitude, it's going to open up the play-action passing for him later on in this half and through the entire game.
And what a bonus as you saw Jones going out. He missed last year with a major knee injury. Flutie, quick set and throw. Andre Reed. First down, Buffalo.
What the Buffalo Bills expect is they expect Eric Moulds to get doubled. That's why the press percentage has been so bad. What they want to do is it's up to Andre Reed to beat whoever is covering him. In this case, it's Aaron Glenn. It's just a simple out, keeps his head down, does a nice job of working towards the outside. Good throw away from the defender.
Andre Reed in the top 10 all-time in catches, yards, and touchdown catches in the NFL. Play action on first down, this time for Flutie, and he'll take off. Flips it out to Gash, lost the ball.
You talked about magic.
Well, he's trying to make some things happen. But, you know, I'm watching Aaron Glenn. He's going with Andre Reed wherever he goes. And that puts Mickens getting help, like you said, on Moulds.
If Ray Mickens is going to go with Eric Moulds, they're not going to leave him one-on-one. You got a 5'8" guy up against somebody 6 feet and 200 pounds. You know Ray's going to have some help.
I think that's why Peerless Price plays such a big part in this offense when he comes in to give him speed on the other side. Linton. The big man bursts straight through the middle, runs over Atwater to the 40-yard line. Jonathan Linton, 6 feet, 238, and he brings a load.
Well, they got Robert Hicks and Dusty Ziegler on the right-hand side, and they do the blocking.
Marvin Jones winds up getting blocked. Where are you, Marvin? Right there. He'll wind up getting blocked. They get out on him. If the linemen can get out on the linebackers, the 3-4 defense is not effective against the run. That's exactly what you saw on that one.
Smith is back in on 1st and 10. Antoine Smith. ESPN Sunday Night Football continues next week with Drew Bledsoe and the 2-0 New England Patriots hosting Michael Strahan and the New York Giants. Join Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, and me right after prime time at 8:15 Eastern. ESPN and ABC, your exclusive networks for primetime NFL football.
Wasn't that a show of firepower in New England?
Ooh,
Indianapolis played well, but what a comeback by the Patriots.
They played well for a half.
Movement up front, and it looked like the left guard, Reuben Brown, a half count ahead of the snap.
You know, when you're struggling, it's like on the second down play when Cox was offside.
Prior to the snap, a false start, number 79 of the offense. A 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
And here you are with an offensive team that last week struggled. They couldn't run the football. And then your guards are and your offensive linemen are moving before the ball. When you're struggling, you cannot make these kind of mistakes.
Yeah, Paul, but part of that was Doug went on a hard count that time. This offensive line they've played, but not in the positions that they're in, so they're not as comfortable with his snap count.
But that's your all-pro there.
Yeah, Reuben has.
Flutie tried to get it out in the flat. It's incomplete, intended for Collins, the backup tight end, but Rick Lyle had a handful of his jersey.
Doug Flutie is not going to be able to be effective in this offense if the Jets continue to try and make him throw the ball outside the numbers. He's just not physically that strong. It's a longer throw. They're going to go with tight coverage, and Belichick is just not going to give him a chance. That's where he's going to make him try and throw it, and he's not going to have a lot of success.
For a coordinator, Belichick is as much of a difference maker as anybody in the NFL. 3rd and long for Flutie. Moulds couldn't hold it. Drew double coverage. Coleman and Atwater were there.
You know, they have Coleman on short. He knows he's going to have help with that water deep. And Flutie, as he told you yesterday, Joe, I'll throw to Eric Moles. If he's down the field, I'm going to go to him. This ball is just too far to the outside.
Chris Moore comes in to punt. As the drive stalls at the 43-yard line, Sawyer is back to take it. Trying to pooch it inside the 10, may have gotten too much of it. And Sawyer will make a fair catch inside the 5. There's a mistake by Corey Sawyer. Once he backs up, he's got to let that ball go. A 38-yard punt and no return.
If you're ready to lose weight, muscle up, and get back into shape, I've got a free video you're going to love.
Introducing a winning fitness strategy.
You got to eat healthy, drink plenty of water, and most importantly, strength train with Bowflex.
Strength training adds muscle. Not only does your shape look better, you actually increase your metabolism, so you end up burning more calories.
Strength training these days isn't just for men. It's great for women, too. And Bowflex is designed for both. It's even been called the best home gym by Fitness Magazine.
Use as little as 5 pounds to more than 400 pounds of resistance. Follow our 6-week fast fat loss program or create your own from over 60 different Health Club quality exercises.
Bowflex is easy to own, and it fits in any room in your house. It comes with a 6-week guarantee on results, and you can finance it with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Hey, I'm 41, and I'm in the best shape of my life. And I can tell you, Bowflex really does work.
For a free video and brochure on the machine that can help you get into great shape at any age, call right now.
Discover the amazing training secrets of America's finest baseball school in an exciting instructional video. Baseball World's Defensive Drills video features professional scout and instructor Tommy Mansky and the same techniques that produced his back-to-back-to-back AAU national championship teams. Collegiate Baseball Magazine's editor calls it a masterpiece, the best drill video ever produced. This video is endorsed by top professionals like superstar Fred McGriff.
This is the instructional video that gets results.
The Defensive Drills video benefits players of all ages and ability levels and makes a great gift too, so call now.
ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Lee Dungarees, Can't Bust 'em. By Charles Schwab, creating a world of smarter investors. By Keystone Light, America's never bitter beer. And by Isuzu, we don't make cars because life is too big for cars. Beautiful Niagara Falls, honeymoon heaven.
Mike, now would be a great time to go with a play-action pass and take a shot. They have to defend a lot of the field.
There it is. Meyer guns it too strong for Johnson. Johnson had beaten Thomas Smith.
I like the call. The execution is always going to be, I think, a little bit off for the first few weeks. Keyshawn Johnson is just not used to what Rick Meyer, the way he throws the ball. Good play action. They get the coverage rolled. The safety gets frozen. Meyer throws it in the hole. Keyshawn just can't quite get there. Oh.
Thought he had it, but missed. He is officially 0 for 2 in this ballgame. Curtis Martin tries the right side and swarmed under after a gain of about 2.5.
Michael, when I look at Buffalo's defense, especially down in this part of the territory, if I'm the New York Jets and I'm upstairs and I'm the offensive coordinator, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a cutback. If you take a look at that, when Curtis Martin runs with the football, you've got almost 9 guys going to the left-hand side on this play. That's the right-hand side of the offense.
Something else here. This is where Rick Meyer has got to be careful with the ball. Don't make a bad throw or a bad decision. It's okay to have to punt and let your defense go back one if need be.
They told him the one thing to do, not get greedy. Has to step up, hit, and throws incomplete. Richie Anderson couldn't hold the little dump off, but Sean Price had him near the goal line.
And there's a flag on the play.
Price thought he was going to get a sack there for a second, and maybe a safety. Face mask against the offense.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask on the offense. Penalties declined. 4th down.
So now Hall will have to be careful of the end line. We've seen some bad snaps with those kicking balls. They're slick. Excuse me, Tupa will have to be careful. Kicking to Williams. Beautiful high kick. Williams hit just as he took it, and there's a flag down on that play. Williams. Beautiful return. And he was interfered with to begin with.
I can tell you, Mike, this flag should be picked up because the jet cover guy was pushed into him.
Dwight Stone was the guy who made contact.
26-yard return. There is no foul on the play. The player was blocked into the receiver. Therefore, there is no infraction.
Yeah,
nice job.
Great call. Good job by the official. That's a good job of working as a team.
They got together. One man saw the contact. Somebody else pointed out he was blocked into it.
Some people get nervous when that door goes up. Not me. But then I deliver to all the shops. Nervous people like crunchy food. Don't sell much nervous food here.
Goodwrench Good Time Savings means great deals, like lube, oil, and filter for only $19.99 or less. It's a good time to see GM Goodwrench Service Plus.
Good time savings? No wonder I don't sell any nervous food here.
I'm sorry. So sorry. Please accept my apology. But love is blind.
Rogaine Extra Strength is proven to work for 4 out of 5 men.
I like my chances.
Only Rogaine has extra strength, and it's proven to stop hair loss or regrow hair. Rogaine Extra Strength, proven to work.
My dad taught me what it means to be a true fan. Right, Dad? Yeah! I'm more the quiet type. Oh, yeah! Well, the cold doesn't bother me so much. It's the chili dogs. Oh, that's why I bring out the Rolaids.
New smoother-tasting Rolaids starts to neutralize acid in less than 10 seconds, getting you back on your game fast.
It's just like Grandpa always says. You got to be your best out here.
Rolaids, R-O-L-A-I-D-S, spells relief.
Mom doesn't make it out to the games. I don't know why.
Registration day at Bristol University is always chaotic as students vie for limited class space.
Will you be doing those special stretching exercises this year?
Before every class.
Phil's owner Ralph Wilson Jr. very proud of all the renovations here at this stadium. $63 million worth. Antoine Smith is the running back. Smith gets the carry. Nice hole up the middle. Following Gash, which is always a great idea. Gash is such a great blocker. He was voted to the Pro Bowl even though he hardly ever carries the ball, hardly ever catches it, just blocks.
You know, when you talk to Sam Gash about that, he doesn't care.
Oh, no.
And, you know, I said, what if you didn't carry it at all, ever? He said, it doesn't make any difference, as long as I can block somebody.
Guys like Sam Gash, Tim Lester, when he was in Pittsburgh, blocking for Jerome Bettis. Very, very unsung heroes as a part of a football team.
2nd and 6. Gash got a great block that time. Took out Ferrier.
Did he take out Ferrier? You know, he's got one speed, Sam Gash, and that's full speed ahead, straight ahead, and whoever gets in line, I'm going to get you. He's like Brian Cox on offense. Brian Cox is like that on defense. Now watch 33. Bam! He hits Ferrier, goes inside. What a great block. Sam Gash makes contact. Head up, then he makes the hit. Antoine Smith just goes off of him.
3rd and 2. Flutie had it batted down, tried to throw it over the middle. Intended, I think, for Remersma, but Jason Wiltz, the rookie from Nebraska.
Oh, and was Remersma wide open, too. And that's why Doug is so upset. Brian Cox does a good job. Doug Flutie backs out. Cox just keeps an eye on him. Watch number 51. He sees it coming. He gets his one arm tied up on the lineman, and the other one he just makes a play on it.
Brian Cox has really matured as a player and as a person.
Well, what did he say to us yesterday? I just want to defeat the guy in front of me. If I do my job and everybody else does their job, we win.
Steve Christie will try from 44. And he hooked it left. So the Bills had great field position, but squander a scoring opportunity here in the first quarter. 3:35 to go in the period. One of the reasons he said he took Bledsoe first, he was only 20 and Rick Mirer was 23, and he thought he would really rapidly progress in those 3 years. The other was that he knew he could make all the throws that he wanted in his offense. But he still thought Mirer would be a successful quarterback. Bruce Smith jumps.
Jumbo Elliott twitched before. You get a twitch, then you get a jump, you get an offensive penalty.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 76 of the offense, a 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Watch the end of the line. We'll see. There's Jumbo. He's got Bruce lined up. Little raise up. Now, you're probably going to see more of those in this game than you will as the games go, as the offensive line becomes more comfortable with Rick Meyer's snap count.
If you were lined up across from Bruce Smith, you'd twitch too.
I'd twitch twice.
Not if I was that big.
Curtis Martin bounced off of Washington and dives forward to the 34.
Curtis Martin on the handoff.
Let's take a look at the career numbers between Drew Bledsoe and Rick Mirer, and it is really no contest in passing yards, touchdown interception ratio, or quarterback rating.
Well, I think it's an unfair comparison because Rick Mirer has not had a chance to stay one place and grow and have weapons put around him like Drew Bledsoe has in New England. You bring in a Terry Glenn. You bring in a Sean Jefferson.
Gerald Sowell checks in, and he'll get the toss. Sowell brought down by Hansen, one of the unsung heroes in this defense.
Well, one thing that Tom Flores told me about, they took Mirer at Seattle, and one of the reasons when he was the second guy, everybody thought it was going to be Bledsoe or Mirer. He got Mirer. He said, first of all, he told me, he said he had great coaching. That was him. His first
year. Flores coached him because he didn't get any background at Notre Dame and throwing the ball.
He said they had a great running attack, and the best thing about this whole thing is they had sideline control on him, and that's what really helped him in his first couple of years. But after that, you can't, he went to Chicago. That was nice.
In the first 2 years, he played pretty well in Seattle without being surrounded by a lot of talent.
Oh,
Bruce Smith, what a play.
What an effort. What an effort. Going down, he gets the big call.
Jumbo Elliott knows better. When you have Bruce Smith and you're running the screen to that side, you've got to take him down. You cannot let Bruce Smith do this. This is just his athletic move. Watch this. He's down. He goes up and knocks the ball down. First of all, the ball's thrown a little too low, and then Bruce Smith is going down and knocks the ball down.
I don't agree with the fact that it's thrown low. You expect that guy to be on the ground. You throw it when you get the completion.
Tupou will punt to Williams. Short. Williams comes up, takes a nice bounce to the Jets. Williams from the 17 down the sideline near the 30 where Bernie Carmely pushed him out of bounds. Nice return of 12 after a punt of 46. Couple of big plays already. It's provided by the Southwest Airlines Aerial Cam high above Ralph Wilson Stadium for ESPN's Sunday Night Football. Scoreless tie first quarter. 2:03 to go. And the Bills will take over at their own 27. Antoine Smith tries to cut it outside, swarmed by the Jets after a gain of only a yard. Dwayne Gordon in on the tackle.
Mike, that was the Buffalo Bills on first and second down. On first down alone have run 6 times and passed only once. Joe Pendry's going to have to change that. They're going to have to start throwing on 1st and 10, or this is just going to be a punting contest for the entire game. I think they have to open up this offense a bit.
Linton is in as the single setback. And Linton gets the call. Lowers the shoulder across the 30. That'll bring up 3rd and long again.
You got the same ratio on second down. It's 6 runs to 1 pass now again on second down.
Joe, I've been living here all week, and I've been hearing everybody talk about, they can't run the football. Last week, Doug Flutie was the leading rusher with 24 yards, and you got to block somebody. But you can't tell everybody all week long, we're going to come out and run the ball and then not be able to run it.
I think they've proven the point that they can. Now it's time to
throw it,
to try and put some points on the board.
3rd and 6 for Flutie. 4 wide receiver set. 3 to the top of your screen. Flutie looking in that direction, and he has Williams. Forced out of bounds at midfield by Ray Mickens, who's in there for the injured Otis Smith.
If you've got somebody like Eric Moles on the field, and you consider him the best, and you've got Andre Reed, you have to figure out if your third man, Kevin Williams, is better than the corner that's covering. Now, Mickens goes back and is actually responsible for the deep part of the field and does a nice job of not letting them inside.
Robert Hicks, number 77. Brian Cox, 51. This is why Flutie has the time. There is a double team. Dusty Ziegler, 61, picks him up. That's good offensive play.
Antoine Smith back in there. Play action on first down. Gash will get it in the flat. A rare opportunity for Gash to get the football. Dwayne Gordon was in on the tackle along with Victor Green, the hard-hitting strong safety. So they went to play action on first down, didn't find anything downfield, and dumped it off in the flat. That's going to be the end of the first quarter here in Orchard Park.
All my Canadian friends, I say A.
Totally dominant are the Buffalo Bills. 5-1 in yards, more than 2-1 in time of possession, but they have no score. Flags are down as Meyer wanted to throw on first down.
You know, when Ted Washington starts to move, that's a lot of movement.
The earth rumbles under him.
He came in a meeting the other day. He said, you call me fat. I said, Theodore, I have never called you fat, nor would I.
Smart.
He's
yes,
heavy.
You did.
No, he's heavy.
Neutral zone infraction. The nose guard of the defense. A 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
He is a neutral zone.
Oh, yeah. He's a whole zone in himself. I'll tell you what a great player he is, and what a great sense of humor this guy has.
He wants to be known as a good defensive tackle, not just a guy who clogs up the middle and doesn't make plays.
Well, the reason they call it, he can get back before the ball snap, but why he hits him. Once you make contact, it's all over with.
Well, he makes over 100 tackles a year. He is remarkable as a noseman. Empty backfield. Meyer under pressure. Incomplete. Intended for Richie Anderson, but Phil Hansen was breathing down his neck.
You talk about,
as was Sam Cowart.
Well, Ted Cottrell's got his guys going after him, but that's the difference in a Rick Meyer and a Vinny Testaverde in this offense. His ability to scramble out and just make a play by getting rid of the ball. There comes Cowart up the middle, number 56. He flushes him, and Rick does a good job still looking downfield, tries to make a play, but doesn't throw the ball someplace where he can get it picked off.
Rick Meyer has been better than this, but his stats show 0 for 5 passing. Martin shakes a tackle, got almost 4.
Charlie Wise, the offensive coordinator of the Jets. I like the way he's calling the game. Putting the ball, they're not pulling back at all. If Vinny was the quarterback, I think you'd see the same play.
All right, 92. Mawai is 68 blocking Ted Washington. Now this is a little. Look at this. Look at Ted Washington. Mawai does a pretty good job on this. In fact, he backed up Ted Washington.
If a center can take on Washington one man, it's a great job. 3rd and short. Meyer's first completion as a Jet to Richie Anderson for a first down.
Well, he throws this ball behind Anderson.
Oh, will you stop nitpicking?
Behind him.
Is it a completion?
Hello.
Come on, this stinker. You are terrible, man. It's a good play-action pass. He gets the ball out where he's supposed to.
Behind him.
No, he doesn't. Richie Anderson was turned the wrong way. He was looking straight at him.
It's a completion and a first down.
That's right. Thank you very much.
Boy, the Notre Dame is coming out in him tonight.
Man, is it ever?
I will protect you at all costs.
Martin. They got a nice block from Richie Anderson in the hole and picked up several.
When you look at these two football teams, it's like two heavyweights sparring. They're waiting for the opportunity to take the big shot. Buffalo's run the ball a lot on 1st and 2nd down. The Jets have not really taken a shot down the field very much. They're running the ball, keeping the plays in manageable 3rd downs for their quarterbacks.
But you say take the shot on 1st down.
I think you take the shot on 1st down. If I was the Jets, I'd take a shot right here on 2nd down.
2nd and 5. Anderson gets the carry after Martin went in motion. Dragged down near the 38. That'll bring up third and about 1 again.
Well, you know, if you talk to offensive linemen, we've said this for years and years and years and years, offensive linemen would rather run the football than have him pass the football.
And if the Jets are going to run it in this situation, I would run at Bruce Smith. He's a tremendous pass rusher, but he's really not that heavy up front. So if I'm looking for him to run, I'm thinking maybe they're going to run to the left side.
Third in the yard, Sowell is in. And Sowell will get the ball behind Anderson.
And like
Sowell has the first down.
And like Joe said, run to the right side.
The defensive left. You didn't read between the lines.
I was getting it. I was getting it.
You guys are going to be picky all night, aren't you?
No, we're not. But this is some excellent blocking up front. Take a look at the left-hand side of your screen. Now you're going to see the blocking up front. Anderson gets out. But actually, Sowell just cut back inside. He saw the opening for the first down and took it.
Blake Spence did a good job as the tight end. Best drive of the night for the Jets. Meyer takes off. Dives forward to the 31.
I call this managing a football game as a quarterback. We've seen Flutie do exactly the same thing. The difference between Flutie and Meyer is when Flutie takes off, he is probably not going to try and make a throw. Or, excuse me, he's not going to try and run it upfield. He's going to try and make a throw. When Rick Meyer pulls it down, there's a 80-20 chance that he's going to run with it.
Rapidly moving second quarter, approaching 8.5 minutes. Play action, end around the Ward. Dedrick Ward.
Oh, what a job by Gabe Northern.
That was a remarkable play by Northern, the outside linebacker who stayed home, fought off a block, made the tackle, will check the penalty. That was beautiful defense. Against the Bills.
Watch number 99, Gabe Northern. He's the outside linebacker right here. He's going to play it off outside. He's not going to bite. He's going to hang right out there and wait for the reverse to come to him. Coach says, I'm not supposed to chase. I'm not. I see the ball. I'm going to slide out. Here comes the runner. You're mine. Matter of fact, I'll take you in, Richie Anderson.
That's just discipline and intelligent football.
And it's that's the strength, I think, of this football team is the front seven. Defensively, that unit is really solid.
First and 10 just outside the 25 for Meyer and the Jets. Martin cuts it back. Curtis Martin inside the 10, first and goal.
I've been waiting for them to cut back because if you look at the pursuit of the Buffalo Bills, they know they're going to run the football. You get Curtis Martin going to his right and watch him cut back. When he cuts back, the defense just goes by. This is a great run by Curtis Martin. Going to his right. Now watch the pursuit. Back to his left. Kurt Schultz misses the tackle. That's beautiful.
And I want to say something. Dedrick Ward and Keyshawn Johnson, both of them on the offside, picking up defensive backs to block to allow him to gain 10 more yards.
Curtis Martin thought he could get to 2,000 yards rushing this year. Flag is down. Meyer dropped by Anderson. Perfect throw to Richie Anderson inside the 5, and Bill Parcells agitated at his club's inability to come up with a big play.
Illegal shift. 2 men moving prior to the snap. Did not set before the ball was snapped on the offense. A 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Mental errors.
New quarterback, different cadence. I think you're going to see this for Bill's sake, not very long, but it happens. You're in a hostile environment. It gets loud. You're used to somebody else's count. In a lot of instances, Paul, you know that. You can't hear the quarterback. You're moving off of instinct.
First and goal after the penalty. Meyer in the flat to Ward. He couldn't hold it. Irvin was right there.
To carry it one step further, Joe, then in that case, especially when you get down near the end zone where it's really loud in this stadium, then you don't have anybody moving. Keep them still.
You're right. You try and line up in one formation, stay stationary, make plays, like they did on that play.
Exactly.
These guys have got to start catching the football.
2 drops in a row. Difficult it would be to fault Rick Meyer. He has thrown the ball in there most of the time. 1 for 7 officially. Quinn Early checks in. And now the Jets are going to use a timeout with 6:50 to go in the first half. 0-0. First half for Buffalo, but the Jets are knocking on the door.
If you're ready to lose weight, muscle up, and get back into shape, I've got a free video you're going to love.
Introducing a winning fitness strategy.
You got to eat healthy, drink plenty of water, and most importantly, strength train with both legs.
Strength training adds muscle. Not only does your shape look better, you actually increase your metabolism, so you end up burning more calories.
Strength training these days isn't just for men.
They've already had it 10 plays and have gone 45. 2nd and goal. Meyer with lots of time dumps it over the middle. Complete to the tight end, Blake Spence, but only to the 10.
Complete to Blake Spence. John Hollister making the tackle.
They want to go up top on the first shot. You don't get it. That's Dedrick Ward. That's Ken Irvin. Ward's got nowhere to go. This is a screen setup. You see Keyshawn release up the field, and what they want to do is try and get the tight end in the middle of the field. But that's just a good job by the defense reacting, and that's Holisek. He's right there.
3rd and goal. Spence to the goal line. No signal.
He's going to be short. Or what does Bill Parcells want to do here? It's going to be about a foot short.
When was the last time you saw him not go for it on 4th and a foot?
You've got to get points on the board. You've got a young quarterback, good offensive line blocking. Nice lane to throw, puts it in. Spence doesn't quite get there.
Well, you're absolutely right, Michael.
It's not in Bill Parcells' persona not to do this. 4th and a foot. It's a 0-0 game. Anderson and Soule are in at the running backs.
Now Rick Meyer is going to appeal. This is going to be interesting. He's going to appeal to the referee and say that I can't hear.
The Jets will take a timeout. I haven't seen them give the quarterback any relief in a long time.
I like play action. You've got a mobile quarterback. I think everybody will be humming down low. You got big linebackers. Be a good opportunity. Get some confidence in your quarterback.
If you're the defense, you have to play the run first, don't you?
You do have to play the run first. And first of all, let me just say I love this call, and I think the reason Bill Parcells is doing this because he doesn't know how many times he's going to be down this close to the goal line to get 7 points. So, you still got, if you're going to go with a quarterback sneak.
No, not a sneak.
I'm just telling you. I said, if you're going to go, you're going up into about 600 pounds. So you don't do that.
Absolutely not. It's a play. If you're going to do it, it's a play action pass where you put somebody in the flat, a tight end out. Because you look at the inside of this line between Hansen, Ted Washington covers both guards in the center to start with.
75,339 on their feet. Soule
didn't make it. Not even close. Great penetration by Ted Washington.
What a defensive stand by the Bills. And they sent Soule in there at 245, and he didn't get an inch.
All right, we talk about Ted Washington and what a great player, the guy that makes 100 tackles here. Here's where Ted Washington, look at on Mawai. He just takes Mawai back to the 3-yard line. He doesn't, that's called stuff in the center.
That's the push. They double on Hansen. The linebackers all get around. Matter of fact, 5 guys hit him long before he ever got near the goal line.
It's a momentum changer right there.
Yeah, boy, I loved it. Let me cut one loose here, Coach.
13 plays, 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Nothing to show for it. Smith staggers out to about the 5. The season premiere of the National Hockey League, Friday night, October 1st, beginning at 7:30 Eastern. The retiring of Wayne Gretzky's number 99 in Edmonton. Then at 8, League MVP Jaromir Jagr and the Penguins skate into Dallas to take on the Stanley Cup champion Stars. ESPN and ABC, your exclusive networks of the National Hockey League. Ted Washington and company did a great job on the goal line stand. Antoine Smith. Not much this time, maybe 2 yards to the 7.
You know, they've run this play twice, and both times Flutie carries that fake out, and he's facing the end zone to the people in the back, hiding in the ball, and he's looking at the bench like, maybe I can get the first down.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're going to necessarily run the play action because, I mean, take a look at a guy like Kevin Mawai who wasn't able to handle Ted Washington one-on-one, and not too many people can. That's why I think you put the ball in Doug's hands with 5 receivers out there, and you let him go make a play.
Flutie back to his goal line. The Mole, first down.
When you go 5 wides and empty backfield, it doesn't allow Bill Belichick to double Eric Moles. So you get the one-on-one you're looking for. And if you have him outside, it's just a mismatch. That's all it is. Coleman can't stay with him. You've really got the mismatch you're looking for. There you go. See, Doug has a lane. He just has to jump up and see where it is. That's a delayed jump pass.
Big first down gets him out of a hole in the 19. Play action. Flutie too high for Moles. Mickens nearly made the interception.
Mo Lewis was the problem there. When you're, as a quarterback, when you run the play action and you're throwing to the backside, what you do is you look for flashes of color. That time he saw Mo Lewis right in front of Eric Moles, so he was going to throw the ball up the field just a little bit more, let him go make a play.
No matter where Doug is standing, Flutie I'm talking about, he's going to see white.
Nah, it's lanes, Paul. It's lanes.
There's no lane.
Linton comes in on 2nd and 10. Flutie on the run. Got a block. 30. Out of bounds to the 33. But there's a flag down.
And you're going to have a holding penalty.
And it's going to be against the Jets. This one's going to go against the Jets.
Holding. Number 57 in the defense. Penalized 5 yards. First down.
That's Mo Lewis, and normally they call that when they grab a tight end or a wide receiver going downfield for a pass, but Flutie got much more than that on the scramble.
Well, you know, we talk about magic and Flutie magic. Watch this. He's looking downfield. There's no place to go with the ball. Cox got blocked by Reuben Brown, number 79, and then look at Flutie. He just makes some things happen. Moves inside, sets up the block, and gets to the outside.
Comes the rush. Flutie got away from Cox. Look at him turn it up. Midfield. 40. Safe at the 37.
Doug Flutie is so close to Canada. The Canadian Football League little scrambler comes out. You can say anything you want about Doug Flutie. He's a competitor, he's a winner, and he gets the job done. And that's all you have to be at the quarterback position.
Look at Doug Flutie. Here comes Brian Cox. Now, he thinks he's got Flutie. Almost got him by the face mask. But here's the move. When he makes that quick move inside the linebackers and up the field, watch how smart he is. Down. Beautiful.
When he made up his mind to run, he really turned it on. Linton, little cutback. inside the 35 to the 34. Roman Pfeiffer, a good acquisition for Bill Parcells' defensive unit, made that tackle. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Doug Flutie's wife, Lori, she saw this for so many years in Canada, enjoying it now in Buffalo. Coming up, Chris Berman with the Toyota halftime report. He'll have the fastest 3 minutes in television, an AFC East shootout, and the pennant and home run chases really heating up. That 24-yard scramble for Doug Flutie, the longest of his NFL career. He has 38 yards rushing tonight. The Bills have already gone over 100. Smith, scaping hole up the middle to the 22. Keep in mind, they have already missed 2 field goals, and it's still 0-0.
Oh, Sam Gash, going up into the hole, and Antoine Smith feeding off of that block. Watch the straight ahead. Look at number 33. Bam! Into the hole. He gets a great block on Gordon, number 54, and the hole is there.
They'll whistle this one dead.
This one's going to be against the Bills for moving too much.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 79 of the offense. The 5-yard penalty.
That's Reuben Brown
remains first down.
And both of these offensive lines have made big mistakes during critical drives.
Carl Mock, the offensive line coach, has been brought in. Everybody's tried to model themselves after him. He and Ted Washington would run about.
Well, I'll tell you, he is upset. He really is upset with offensive linemen when they make a mistake.
That's the second one on Reuben Brown.
Yes, sir.
Flutie to the sideline to Gash. Lost his footing, went down at the 20. He got the penalty yardage back and a couple of more.
I would look for Doug Flutie at some point to try and get the ball to Eric Moulds. Joe Pendry, the offensive coordinator, knows what he has with Moulds. Look for some type of formation to give Flutie an opportunity to get the ball to Moulds somehow.
Bills have all of their timeouts left. Clock down to 1:02. Linton on the toss. Linton appeared to be just shy of our ESPN 1st and 10 line, and it looks like it's going to be 4th and inches. The Bills have taken a timeout. Back in a moment. Both of these teams who lost on opening day in a war here in Buffalo. 0-0 with 51 seconds to go in the first half. Brian Cox trying to keep it that way on the Buffalo side of the scoreboard. 3rd and inches. Antoine Smith, the running back behind Doug Flutie. Smith hitting the backfield, skates away. Flutie is leading the players. Flutie got a block on Wood. Touchdown! Holy cow!
What's left?
There is no touchdown because Antoine Smith stepped out of bounds. But what a block. Here you're going to see Antoine Smith right there. He stepped out of bounds. There was an official on the play.
Oh, boy.
I mean, there's nobody there. How can you do this?
I don't think he did.
I don't know whether he's out of bounds or not.
But what a play by Flutie. But he picked out the 257-pound linebacker, Mo Lewis, and says, "You're mine,
Look at this block. What a great block. Oh. Wow.
Look at this block, first of all, Joe.
But you know something? If I'm Wade Phillips, I'll challenge this.
Well, look at the official that's going to make the call. He's got his head down. He's going right down the line of scrimmage. I mean,
Paul,
down the out of bounds down. He makes the call.
Paul, officials have their heads down sometime and don't necessarily get it correct. Well, I don't think he's out of bounds. I really don't.
I don't think so either.
I do not think he is out of bounds. I think you can, right there. I do not think he's out of bounds.
Now look, just stop for a second, Joe. Look at this guy right here.
I don't care.
Watch what he's doing.
I don't care what he's doing. I'm telling you.
He's the guy. He's closer than you and I are.
Yeah, but he doesn't get it right all the time either.
We do.
Now remember, to overturn it, they're going to have to see what they feel is convincing evidence to do that, and they may not find it.
Wait, it may not be reviewable either.
It's not reviewable.
That's the other thing.
And besides that, it's done up in the booth in the last 2 minutes of the half anyway.
That's what I mean.
So now we covered all the rules for replay, too.
Smith, that is a touchdown.
Now it doesn't make any difference he was out of bounds.
If he was. Boy, he's stubborn. Oh,
he is tough.
That entire drive, and you mentioned it in the open, Paul, the Flutie magic. That was as magical as I've ever seen him play.
And that, folks, was a 99.5-yard drive. And they're up 7-0.
Well, we talked about Flutie and all the things that he did, and Antoine Smith walks in the end zone. Watch the blocking up front. Jerry Ostrowski, the center, number 60. I mean, he just takes Brian Cox. Look at 51 Cox. Look at Ostrowski, 60. He's got him up in the air and just takes him out of the play.
They don't even block Bernie Logan, number 93. They just let him go right straight up the field. They don't even block him. He takes himself out of the play.
Let's check in with Solomon Wilcott. Solomon, what do you have?
Well, Mike, you know, Doug Flutie has just become a marketing sensation here in the Buffalo area. Check out the products that are bearing his name. You got the Doug Flutie jersey, the Doug Flutie T-shirts, candy bars. They sold over 2 million of the Doug Flutie flakes. And look at this. This is the hottest selling item this year, the Doug Flutie Beanie Bear. Now, a portion of the proceeds will go to benefit the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation for Autism. Mike?
And a wonderfully worthy cause that is, Solomon. Thanks very much. He's a hero, and he waited a long time to be one. They have told him since the time he was on the scout team in high school that he was too small to play. He has never believed him. And there is his son wearing what else? A Flutie jersey.
Just what you want.
You are electric, young man. And I say young man. I can do that.
Aaron Glenn. Shy of the 25.
Aaron Glenn on the kickoff return.
Flutie on the last drive starting inside the 1. This was a big run to get a first down. He had 38 yards rushing, 18 yards passing. And look at the block. And that set up the touchdown. That takes a lot of guts when you're Doug Flutie to go after Mo Lewis.
You know, it's just a guy being in the game. That's a quarterback aware of everything that is going on the field, where the runners are, what's happening on the field.
Right now, he is aware of an ovation as the Bills and the Jets leave the field. With the clock ticking down, the Jets satisfied to go into the locker room down 7-0 rather than to risk a silly turnover at the end of the half. And Wade Phillips has got to be pleased with a commitment to running the football. Kickoff from Steve Christie. Glenn from the 2. 20. 30. Flag is down. Glenn is down at the 34, and it looks like this will come back.
Please join us in welcoming tonight's Bills Kickoff Kid of the Week, Kevin Pelletier, age 9, from Clarence Center, New York.
Take a look at the first half stats. dominated by the Bills. 202 total yards to 77. The Jets only had 22 yards passing. Rick Mirer, 3 out of 9. No completions to a wide receiver in the first half.
Well, the Bills said all week long they want to run the football. 136 yards in the first half. That's running it.
And it allowed them to dominate the time of possession as well. But still, it's only 7-0 after they missed 2 field goals. The Jets start at the 7 after the holding call negates a nice return by Aaron Glenn. Rick Mirer to Keyshawn Johnson. Only out to the 10. Let's check in with Solomon Wilcott.
Yeah, Mike, with the exception of missing 2 first-half field goals, the Bills head coach Wade Phillips told me that his team is really playing very well so far in the first half. He said that the Jets are playing very conservative with Rick Mirer at the quarterback position. He says as this game winds down, he expects the Jets to try to loosen it up a little bit to maybe try to get the ball in the end zone with a trick play. Mike?
All right, Solomon, they're going to need all the tricks they can with 6 of their most important players injured and on the sideline. Play action by Mirer. Under pressure, throws. Dropped right in the hands of Richie Anderson. It wasn't a perfect spiral, but it got there.
But the ball is where it belongs. Henry Jones winds up knocking the ball away, but Richie Anderson has got to make the plays. This is the 3rd he's put on the ground. Watch him hang in the pocket. Phil Anson's right at his feet. He makes the throw. The ball just hits him. Hits him right in the chest. He hangs in the pocket. Great. No, it's not perfect, but it gives you options. You can catch either end coming in.
It's not perfect, but it's on target.
You got to catch that football.
That's at least the 4th drop that has sabotaged Rick Mirer. 3rd and long, Anderson on the draw. Needed to reach the 17.5, and he didn't get there.
Bill Parcells also, in watching Rick Mirer work, has to try and figure out what he does well. He's only been in camp since August 20th, so he's only been a Jet for a month now. And they really don't know what he does well yet. With Vinny Testaverde, they had a feel for it. He'd been there a while.
Rick Mirer came in yesterday, and he's talking to us. He said, well, how you doing? He said, I'm going to tell you something. I had that Green Bay offense down perfectly.
3 days later, he was gone.
3 days later, he's gone. I felt so bad for him. He said, I finally learned an offense, and they got rid of me.
They will measure. It looks like it's about at least a foot short.
I'd say 10 inches.
About a half a yard.
It's 10 inches. Yep. Looks like about 10 inches. Give or take 5.
So Tupel will come on to kick. Kevin Williams waits back at his 35. Keep in mind how critical this game is. Another divisional game after both lost division games in their openers, and New England wins again today to go 2-0. Miami wins to go 2-0. Low liner this time, and Williams from the 41. Couldn't take advantage of the low kick. Got a 2-yard return after a 41-yard punt. Bernie Parmalee, the ex-Dolphin, downfield in a hurry.
42-yard punt, 2-yard return.
And you can bet all Doug Flutie was talking about at halftime was that block.
Next, please. Red 79, blue 18, 100.
ESPN.com or NFL.com and click on the enhanced TV logo. Thurman Thomas out of tonight's game and probably for the next 6 weeks. Bruised liver, bruised kidney. He wanted to say hello to his daughter Olivia, who is celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday. Antoine Smith. Nice block by Reuben Brown. Got to the 45.
The Bills managed to come up with key big plays really in the last drive. Here's Ted Washington driving Kevin Mawae back 4 yards. Then Doug Flutie takes off on the longest run of his NFL career, 24 yards, and says, I've got enough, I'm down. And then a crushing block on Mo Lewis, just a crushing block.
It really was. It was a great block.
Play action by Flutie. Gash, he drops it. It's not cold. It's a perfect night. It's not raining, and a lot of these guys can't hang on to the ball.
Well, Gash has caught a couple of them, but that time, and every time he goes out in the flat like that on the fake, Sam Gash is wide open. And Flutie says, why not give the big guy, the ball for 3 yards, and he could pick up the other 8.
That's why he had 1 catch last week and probably won't get many more opportunities because they're far and few between. And Joe Pendry just figures if the guy's wide open, you got to try and get it to him. I think they have to try and get the ball to some of the receivers.
3rd and 8. Flutie got it out to Williams. To the 40.
Ray Mickens again trying to cover Kevin Williams out of the slot. We talked about this team matching up on people. The Jets do it defensively. The Bills do it offensively. On the right side of your screen, you'll see number 82, Kevin Williams. He's in the slot. He sets a second. Ray Mickens has him. Mickens takes such a big inside position. It's really not hard for Kevin Williams to get out into the flat and get open.
Linton is the running back. And he'll get the carry. Picks his way for about a yard. Linton, they like to get him in the game because he is such a big guy. Had fumble problems in the preseason. They're a little concerned about that.
He carried the ball too low, especially when he tried to cut. The ball started to get away from his body. Now, they've been working on it with him, and a lot of guys do fine in practice. Till you get in a game, all of a sudden you revert back to the bad habits. So far, so good for him.
2nd and 9. They come with a quick blitz. Reed falling down. Made the catch at the 31.
You know, you're looking at a guy with total concentration, Andre Reed, and Aaron Glenn with perfect coverage, but the pass is absolutely on the numbers. Watch where it hits Reed, between the 8 and the 3. I mean, we heard that a lot of times, but that was perfect.
Doug talked about the fact that he likes to be a rhythm passer. He is in a rhythm now. He's back. He's getting the ball out. He's making the reads.
And he has the first down at the Jets 31. Smith, who's already carried for 75 yards, adds to his total. One other thing this commitment to the running game does, eventually it wears down the defense.
And also, it not only wears them down, but it makes those linebackers just get a little closer and a little closer, and it's going to give you the middle of the football field for a big play.
And you're looking at a team that's running the football, the Buffalo Bills, well over 100 yards, and they only have 2 halfbacks, really, Antoine Smith and Jonathan Linton, and 1 fullback in this game, and that's Sam Gash.
A disappointing 47 a week ago, 145 tonight. Smith, 3 more to the 24. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
You know what the thing about this game, when you sit here and you listen to the contact, every yard that these backs are getting, they're earning. I mean, they're getting smashed right in the hole.
In the beginning of the game, they said they wanted to get Antoine Smith. He needed him to pop one. They wanted to get him going. That's exactly what Joe Pendry has done. He's got him rolling. He's got him going downhill. Take a look at tonight. 83 yards, 19 carries. The average is very impressive, 4.4 yards.
Another big 3rd down for Buffalo. Flutie, naked bootleg. To the 10, 5, touchdown. Is he something else?
Well, they love him. I'm going to tell you something. Watch this. This is all Flutie right from the beginning. He sees it, he tucks it away, and he is gone. Look at this guy. Look at his head down. Touchdown.
Christie for the point after. And that 24-yard run matches the longest of his NFL career, which he got in the second quarter. 2 24-yard scrambles tonight for number 7. And the Bills are on top 14-0. Across the 20, 25, 28-yard line. Flutie scores on the scramble. He told us about playing the game his way.
I've only known the game from my stature. I've never played it at 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". I don't know what that's like. All I know is that at my height, this is how I play the game, and I can do it.
He says he can do it, and can't he ever? You can't measure the heart, and he's got one. And his family, his son and wife Lori, really enjoying it. Now the Giants face a real, or the Jets face a real challenge. They're down by 14. Keyshawn Johnson wide open.
But I don't think that the Jets are in a panic mode. I think you start to open it up a little bit more. I still think you run the ball. They moved the ball. They were going in to score at the end of the half, so they've been down there. It's not like Parcells' team has to all of a sudden just throw it up in the air all the time.
Well, he finally threw it to somebody who would catch it for him.
Well, didn't he write a book? Throw me the ball.
Darn it.
Throw me the ball. I'll catch it.
They had 26 yards passing all night. That play was for 27. Play action. Nice throw again. Richie Anderson to the 28. Let's go to Solomon Wilcox.
Yeah, Mike, at halftime, I talked to Bill Parcells. He says that Rick Mirer is doing a very good job in this ball game because he's playing within himself. He's not trying to do too much. He says if Rick Mirer would continue to do that, then they have a good chance of winning this football game.
And Solomon, I think that's a very good evaluation on that man's part, the master motivator.
And that was before Doug Flutie took it into the end zone.
Yeah. Mirer is marching him right back downfield. 1st and 10 at the 27. Over the middle, too high. Intended for Quinn Early.
Well, Keyshawn Johnson is so upset because he was standing about on the 20-yard line with absolutely nobody around him. Keyshawn was really upset. He went back and said something to Mirer. Look at number 19, Joe, on the top. He's going to break to the outside. Gabe Northern, 99, just leaves him alone. He's standing there.
It doesn't matter because he had somebody open in the middle also. I know Keyshawn wants the ball, but there are other people that were open on that route as well.
Mirer under pressure. Johnson. That beautiful catch in front of Irvin.
He's hurt. We talk about vintage Doug Flutie. That's vintage Keyshawn Johnson. Making the tough catch.
Keyshawn Johnson, he was open to play before, and he will get open. Just throw me the ball. Watch this. Irvin's there. Watch this. Watch him go up. He pointed to his head when he comes down. Look at this total concentration. The catch comes down. What a great catch.
Keep in mind, Wayne Corbett is already out with a foot injury. Johnson is the speed on that side. Dedrick Ward has had to come in to start. They are missing 6 starters or key players. Bill Parcells can't afford anymore.
Watch his right elbow as he goes to the ground. He makes the play. Now watch his arm. That arm just hits. And somewhat collapses as he hits the ground. Incredible stretch and reach for the ball. And when that arm hits the ground, it just sort of rolls. I think when he was pointing at his helmet call, he wanted him to take it off.
Because he couldn't.
I'll tell you, that is one tough guy.
We'll check Parcells. He is fine. He'll have to be out at least to play.
And I think that play, Mike, they have an opportunity here now to run the football a little bit. You don't have, time is not a factor. You've got an opportunity to run it at the edge, and again, possibly Bruce Smith, because you get a good matchup with he and Jumbo Elliott.
The first down at the 10. Meyer on a roll. Throws short for only a yard to Baxter.
Meyer's pass complete to Brett Baxter. Gain of 1 on the play.
You know, they got inside the one earlier in the first half. They can still get a first down here. Keyshawn's back. Looks like one of those things where you hit your crazy bone in your elbow and it goes dead.
Johnson is back in, split to the right. Meyer looks that way. Now he's in trouble. Sacked back at the 14-yard line. Sam Rogers came in, made the first contact, and then Washington cleaned up.
He makes a good decision, though. They've got a bunch formation with people coming up underneath, and he just doesn't see it. You're going to see what Rick Meyer sees. Keyshawn goes inside. Anderson goes outside. He wants to get it to Baxter, but right in his way is Holisek. The linebacker, number 52, is right in his vision, and he can't make the throw.
Third down. 13 yards to go. The Jets trail by 2 touchdowns. 5 wide receivers. Incomplete. Was intended for Dwight Stone. No flag.
Ken Irvin does a good job of just riding Stone really out of bounds.
And Dwight Stone is hot.
Yeah, he's hot. But that's not going to do him any good because Ken Irvin, you talk about outstanding coverage. Watch what Ken Irvin does. He gets his hands on him. Now, what Stone is complaining about is illegal contact. And I'm going to tell you, that was illegal contact. But he has a right.
But Ken Irvin turned his head around to look for the ball. As long as he wasn't, as long as he was looking for the ball, opportunity to make a play.
No, if you put your hands on the guy.
Hall will try the field goal. And the Jets finally get on the scoreboard. With 6:15 to go in the third quarter. They trail. Overhead shots provided by the Southwest Airlines aerial cam high above Ralph Wilson Stadium for ESPN's Sunday Night Football, where the Jets, with a Jonathan Hall field goal, have gotten on the board. They trail 14-3. Williams at the goal line. 20, 25, and out of bounds. Let's go to Solomon Wilcox.
Yeah, Mike, while refurbishing the stadium here, the Bills took the opportunity to really honor some of the players and people here who have made significant contributions to the franchise. First of all, it is the Van Miller press box, was named after the team's longtime announcer, while former quarterback Jim Kelly was honored for leading the team with 4 straight Super Bowls. And for some unknown reason, our Paul McGuire also received his due. Judging from the interior design, well, it's sure to become Paul's second home. I just want to know, how badly out of shape do you have to be in order to be an honorary member, guys?
Solomon, thanks very much. And Paul, we're really proud of you. That's a great honor. Flutie on a little half roll, throws complete to Andre Reed.
I like the fact, too, that your name was about 1 inch big and the name Barr was about 4 feet big.
I said to Ralph before the game, I said, I want to thank you very much for giving me an open tab in there. And he said, no, I just want to give you some cash. I'll tell you, that guy is terrific. I played 7 years for him.
Look at this. Look at the size of that. And look at the size of this.
Well, he spelled my name right.
You have one of those actually in your home, too.
Yes, I do.
Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.
Back to the ground with Smith. Leans across the 35 to about the 37.
You know, when you see Flutie handing off, like, he loves it. He really does. He loves it because what it does for him, again, if they can get 2nd and 6 or less, he can do anything he wants to do.
And you're at a position on the field. You get around the 40-yard line. Belichick's defense has got to be conscious of him trying to get the ball somehow to Eric Mold. We haven't seen him throw it to him much in this half.
Smith, nice cut.
And as long as Antoine Smith runs like that, he's not going to have to.
Boy, are they blocking up front with Fina, Brown, Ostrowski, Ziegler, and Hicks. And remember, Dusty Ziegler, number 61, was the center here last year. And now Jerry Ostrowski, number 60, is the center. Look at this block. There's a double team. Look at the hole in the middle. along with Dusty Ziegler, 61. That's beautiful.
Ziegler called on to play right guard in place of the injured Joe Panos. He said last week he thought he was the focus of the rush. He said they came at him like mad dogs. But he held his own and more. Smith across the 48 should be enough for another first down.
The irony of that, Mike, as much as Karl Mach's offensive lineman Dusty Ziegler felt like everybody made him a focal point, he graded out with the best grade in the offensive line.
Carl always looks like he's smelling something bad. He's never happy.
He looks like an O-line coach, doesn't he?
Oh, he does.
185 yards rushing, as we showed there, will get him smiling just a little.
Everybody's going to grade out well on this one. Flutie to Gash in the flat. Breaking tackles, got to the 46. And a marker down as well.
Thought you said they weren't going to throw to him anymore.
Give him one more chance.
Oh.
Give him one more chance.
And they'll add on to it. That's a 15-yard personal foul.
They could be playing catch all night.
Personal foul. Grasping the face mask. Number 23 of the defense. A 15-yard penalty and a first down.
Kevin Williams, the backup corner.
Well, as Joe said, they went back to him one more time. Sam Gash, every time he goes out of the backfield, he's wide open. Now, you're going to see Kevin Williams grab the face mask. Now, the reason it's a 15-yarder is because you turn his head back. And when you pull on it, actually, it was Victor Green, number 21, who's the guy that made the play on the face mask.
Boy, and he gave it a good yank, too. Linton is in the single back set. Hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back.
Anthony Pleasant stopping Jonathan Lennon.
NFL Countdown every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Join Chris Berman and the gang from Bristol University for the NFL's best pregame show. Then at 7:30, all the highlights on prime time.
It's a fumble, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, Willie McGinnis.
To come up with a big play right here. They've got to get themselves off the field and come up with some kind of a play.
Reamersma wide open. Fighting for extra yardage, very close to another first down. It looked like he crossed our ESPN 1st and 10 line.
The problem a mobile quarterback presents for a defense is you can have everybody where they belong, but when he breaks contain, everybody is out of position. Watch this. Good fake down now. Doug Flutie's outside. He gets the ball out quick to Reamersma. Now all he does is put his head down and move up the field. Excuse me, Reamersma.
He's got great hands. He's an improving blocker, and they haven't had really good tight end play for a long time. And Doug Flutie, who loves to play this game, is having a ball right now. Smith. Ball came loose. And the Bills indicating they got it back.
Sam Gash recovering.
Gash made the recovery.
Antoine Smith, I mean, this is, you said the Jets needed a big play. Well, here it comes, the big play. That ball is on the ground, and Sam Gash, number 33, goes back in after it.
Mo Lewis tore it loose, but a teammate couldn't get it. Smith over 100 yards now on the night. Flutie sidearms that one in there. Andre Reed near the 10, and a flag is down at the end of the play.
This one's going to go against the Bills.
The indication is offensive interference.
Pass interference. Number 85 of the offense. A 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Reamersma.
Remember, the defender has a chance to hold his position. There he is. He's just pushing.
With the penalty, second down, 16.
And I got to be honest with you. I didn't see a whole lot of interference on either side.
Well,
You know
he
what
really
called
can't
his
be
hand?
blocking downfield.
Well, he's just trying to get into the route, though, too. I mean, what a linebacker locks up. That's, I think, the toughest call for an official, too. Linebackers and tight ends.
Smith on the toss. Ball's loose. Jets say they have it. Let's see. And they do.
Recovered by...
You say something about a big play?
That's what the Jets defense had to do. They had to come up and put some type of a play together. They had 2 chances at the fumble. They managed to get this one.
How can you do everything so right all night long, and in the last 2 times Antoine Smith has touched the ball, he's fumbled?
Jones and Pfeiffer tore it loose. Big break for New York. Roman Pfeiffer knocked the ball loose, causing the fumble. The Jets have it back. The Bills were in position for at least a field goal to make it a 14-point lead again. And Antoine Smith has fumbled twice in the last series. He lost that one. Movement by Jumbo Elliott at the left tackle.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 76 of the offense. A 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
All right, this is what you call 2 linebackers working together. First of all, Marvin Jones, 55, will make the tackle. He's on the left. And look at Pfeiffer come in and with his arm knock the ball out. That's just great hustling. You know,
yeah, Bishop Harris, Carl Mock. Look at that look. You talk about him. You talk him having a look like something smells. I think he's looking for Bishop to tell him that his running back didn't do a very good job that time.
That was the second penalty on Jumbo Elliott, but he's done a nice job on Bruce Smith tonight. Meyer draw play to Martin, who's been shut down this evening, only to the 20. Sam Cowart made the tackle.
Sam Cowart is one of those guys that they just believe is going to be a great, great linebacker. There is a great linebacker, Brian Cox.
Now, the defense did their job. Offensively now, the Jets only have to, they don't need to try and pick up 13 yards. Charlie's got to call a particular play where they can pick up, just about half of it would be fine. Make it 3rd and 5 if you get the chance.
They whistle this play dead. They didn't get the snap off before the quarter expired. The end of the 3rd quarter, 14-3. The Bills over the Jets.
Barry Sanders gone. Bobby Ross. He's got these guys believing in him, Joe.
How about those Redskins?
How about those Redskins?
How about those Skins? Huh? They put up a lot of points. They put up 35 points last week. They go back to the Meadowlands next week to play these Jets, as a matter of fact.
Let me make you a prediction. Brad Johnson will be the starting NFC quarterback in the Pro Bowl.
He can stay healthy.
Meyer on a roll, throws and skips it in there, incomplete, intended for Dedrick Ward. Doug Flutie is the story here in Buffalo. He was all last year. Those numbers may not really jump out at you, 112 yards passing, but look what he did running. 2 24-yarders included in that 62-yard rushing.
Just remember last week, this young man had over 300 yards throwing the ball, and they lost.
Right, numbers can be very deceiving.
Because they couldn't run the football.
Hello.
3rd and 13 for Meyer. Somehow he got it in there to Dedrick Ward. The Bills are saying it's incomplete.
Well, if he catches it, it's a 1st down.
Fired pass complete to Dedrick Ward.
They're going to mark it.
Right on the play.
Oh, that's a heck of a throw.
There's a flag down, however, back at the 15-yard line. Right back where Meyer was. That was some throw. How he fit it in there, I don't know.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Number 76 of the offense. A 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Jumbo Elliott.
But is this a catch or not? Look at Dedrick Ward. I mean, where you throw the ball, this is a nice throw inside of triple coverage. But watch this ball. It's on the ground, folks. I mean, that would be 4th down. If they refuse the penalty, it'd be 4th down. But do you challenge?
Not if you get the penalty like this.
That's a good question.
I don't think you do. I think you take the penalty and do that. You don't waste the challenge here.
Well, you've still got him in a hole. It's 3rd and 23.
Exactly.
But you're right, Paul. It would be 4th.
And I think you blitz too. I don't think you lay back.
Meyer on the run, has to throw short to Curtis Martin. And he's dragged down at the 15-yard line. Marlowe Terry wouldn't let him go.
But what a job by Ted Washington. He goes right up the middle and forces Meyer out of the pocket, makes him scramble around so that he can only dump the ball off. This man does more than just takes up space.
Well, he also got labeled by Kevin Mawae.
Yeah, but he flushes Meyer right out.
He did a great job.
Unbelievable.
So Tupa comes on to punt. Williams waits at his own 40. Drives them all the way back to the 31. Kevin Williams, a nice 10-yard return after a booming 54-yard punt off the foot of Tom Tupa. Ted Washington and the Bills defense have done their job all night long. It's 14-3 conditions. By Eddie Bauer, Outdoor Outfitters since 1920. And by Mitsubishi Motors, the all-new 2000 Eclipse. Wake up and drive. The Bills with a reason to celebrate. They're up 14-3 with 13:33 to go in the game. Play action by Flutie. Peerless Price had his hands on it 3 times. Aaron Glenn was right there, and he couldn't hold it.
Aaron Glenn. Now, this is why this guy is so great. Aaron Glenn, and he's got Peerless Price by himself. And watch this. Peerless Price, I mean, this was going to be a great catch, but watch what Glenn does. There's a ball, and he's the guy that hits it away. What a great play by Aaron Glenn.
Gone to the Pro Bowl the last 2 years. 2nd and 10, back to the ground game. Smith lowers his head and gets a couple. Coming up next, Sports Center. Dan Patrick and Stuart Scott bring you up to date on the day in sports. The Colts fail in the second half. New England comes back behind Drew Bledsoe. The 49ers pulled one out with fourth-quarter heroics. And our conversation, can the Jets win with Rick Meyer? Keyshawn Johnson.
How about those Redskins?
How about those Skins? We'll see a lot of them on Sports Center. It's next.
Thank you.
Better go north. Brad.
3rd and long for Flutie. Out in the flat, complete to Williams, but that'll be shy of a first down.
Well, the Jets defense has done it again. They've done their job. Kevin Williams on the tackle one more time. Bill Belichick's defense is creating the opportunities. This is a drive where the Jets are going to have to get some kind of points if they want to get in this game.
And right now, field position favoring the Buffalo Bills. Dedrick Ward will go back to take the punt from Moore.
And the Bills are missing a guy. They only have 10. He's a wide guy. Gabe Northern's coming out. Now they're going to.
Now they got 12.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back to 11. This is not Canadian.
Well, they haven't punted since the middle of the first quarter. Moore just got it out of there. They'll let this one bounce, and it takes a great bounce for Buffalo inside the 10. They'll down it at the 8. A 44-yard kick with no return. Oh, when they finally got 11 guys on the field, they did just fine. Bill Parcells upset that the numbers may not be very impressive, but both quarterbacks have had several drops. They've done a nice job. Meyer in the flat. Richie Anderson got a block. Anderson across the 20, first down.
Pass complete to Richie Anderson. Kurt Schultz in on the stop.
Rick Meyer has not been a Jet for a long time. He said, you know, maybe 80% of the offense he understands right now, the 80% that's in. And it's been a struggle for him, from Seattle to Chicago to Green Bay and now the Jets.
And they've done a good job with him in the game planning. They haven't given him a lot of audibles to worry about looking at the defense. They just want to let him execute at the quarterback position.
Parmalee on the screen.
Oh, Ted Washington.
How can a guy that big get outside and run like that?
He's quick. I'm telling you, this guy is a tremendous football player. And he gets out into this screen. Watch number 92. Bam in the line. He reads the screen. Watch who makes the tackle. Ted Washington.
And if you're Bernie Parmalee, you don't want to see Ted Washington chasing you.
Well, you're not going to cut back.
Well, he's listed at 330. You got to be kidding. He was 330 in grade school.
He's 331, I think.
Meyer throws complete up to the 34. That's going to be another first down. Quinn Early made the catch on the turf.
Well, what I liked about Meyer there, Joe, is the way he set up before he threw the ball. He stopped, got himself composed, and then faced downfield to throw it.
Charlie Wise has given him a chance to move out of the pocket. I like the way the game plan has been called. Like I say, the drop sets you in a different situation. Does a nice job of pulling up. And you get a little more comfortable, the ball will start to come up. I've noticed quite a few of the throws have been a little bit low. He'll get more comfortable with it as he plays.
Meyer straight back this time, rifles this one, and a wicked hit on Keyshawn Johnson. Kurt Schultz came up from his safety spot and just cleaned his clock.
Well, Mario Perry is right there.
Perry's hurt.
Marlo Perry is hurt. Kurt Schultz, I mean, this is what you call a hit by a safety. Keyshawn, the ball's there, and that's behind.
I think the ball winds up hitting Keyshawn on the hip. Again, another receiver having a tough time holding on to the ball.
Schultz having a little equipment repair. It was interesting when we talked to Rick Meyer the other day. He said when he went to Notre Dame, he never thought about playing pro football. It was just the college experience he was looking for. We'll talk about that a little more and get into Rick Meyer's story. Marlo Perry is all right, able to leave the field under his own steam, had the wind knocked out of him. 2nd and 10 for the Jets. They need to keep this drive going. Meyer throws incomplete, intended for Keyshawn Johnson. Urban was right there with him. When Rick Meyer talked to us yesterday, he said he went to Notre Dame because of the tradition, the college experience. He wasn't thinking about pro football, but he also admitted he didn't get much of a quarterback education, Joe.
No,
you agreed with him.
Under Lou Holtz, Lou really was a running coach at Notre Dame and was very successful doing it. But to be able to throw the football in comparison to, say, a Drew Bledsoe, who was a much more polished product coming in, Rick Meyer finally now is at a point where he throws the football like a professional quarterback.
Big down here, 3rd and 10. Chased out of the pocket. And he's got to eat it.
Good job by the secondary of the Buffalo Bills.
And Marlo Perry, who was out after having the wind knocked out of him, chased him down and made the tackle.
Well, the coverage in the secondary, Ken Irvin, we saw him on the last play covering Keyshawn Johnson. Now he's on Dedrick Ward. Look at Ken Irvin. He's been there all night long. Here is on the other side. Look at the coverage here. There's just no place to go. Rick Meyer should get out of bounds.
That was the rookie Winfield.
Antoine Winfield.
Tupa has to kick. Kevin Williams let it bounce and now makes a pretty good decision after it was bouncing not to try to pick it up and fumble it away. It was a kick of 49 yards. But time becoming a huge factor now with Buffalo seeing 9:31 on the clock, and they're up by 11.
50-yard punt by Tupa.
You want to know how quickly Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick can turn around a defense? Before they came, in 95 and 96, the Jets gave up the most points in that 2-year span of anybody in the league, 26-2. The last 2 years with Parcells and Belichick, they've gone from worst to first. The only team in NFL history ever to do that with that 2-year average. Smith racked up by Anthony Pleasant. And there are some guys in this league, and we all know who they are. They go to a franchise, either as a coordinator like Belichick or a head coach like Bill Parcells. They have the knack to turn it around in a heartbeat.
It's not just a knack, it's a philosophy, and you get people to buy into your philosophy. I think that's one of Parcells' great strengths, is he finds people like a Brian Cox who fits in and is his kind of football player. Bill Belichick really is just now starting to get the secondary people to do what he wants to do.
Flutie trying to get outside, got a block. And Eric Moulds got away with a block in the back to get him outside.
Well, he did on Ferrier. He hits Ferrier from behind. Eric Moulds, number 80, should have been called on this play. Now, you got Flutie running around. There's enough officials. There's 7 of them. Watch number 80 on Ferrier, 58. That's from the back. I mean, and that's wide open field. That has to be called.
The official's standing right there looking at it. Remember we told you about officials?
What officials?
Yeah, they don't see everything. They try.
No, they're not going to see everything. 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 7. Flutie right down the middle of Remersma. And that's what they want out of the big tight end. They think this is going to be his year.
In the passing game, we saw the statistics for Flutie and Meyer. Pretty similar. The difference has been guys have been making catches for Flutie. The big tight end gets in the middle. Remersma goes up, makes a play, tucks it away, 1st and 10.
Watch where Flutie throws the ball for Remersma. He's up in the air. He's the only guy that can get to the ball.
That thing's still rising if he doesn't catch it.
Big first down. Out at the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Then they can go back and work on the clock. It's turning, approaching 7.5 minutes.
You know, you're talking about Bill Belichick and the defense, but you got to give, I mean, the Buffalo Bills, Teddy Cottrell, and their defensive guys, what they did tonight against the Jets. I mean, they shut down Curtis Martin.
And it's really been the guys. It's been the guys in the secondary. Curtis Martin has not really had an opportunity to carry the ball much, but the secondary guys have really done a terrific job of giving Rick Meyer nowhere to go with the football.
How about the Bills' offensive coaching staff? As you said, they talked about it all week. They've got to run the ball. They were miserable a week ago. They have run it and run it and run it tonight. Just like that. Linton barrels his way to midfield.
Well, Robert Hicks, number 77, we don't mention his name enough tonight. We haven't mentioned his name enough. I mean, he's been blocking very well on the outside.
Robert Hicks, number 77. Right there is good. Block on Bobby Wilson, number 92. Look at him, takes him back. That's what you love. You love to see a lineman. Well, there's the old pancake. Put him right on his back. Bobby Hamilton on his back after that one.
The Bills, who rushed for 47 yards last week, have 206 tonight. And Linton got popped.
You know, the impressive part about it all, though, is something we said way back at the beginning is, hey, all week long, we have to run the football. The Jets knew they had to run the football. They ran it.
They brought in Steve Atwater for one reason, because he's like a linebacker playing safety. Linton goes up inside. Who comes in to deliver the blow and knock the helmet off? Steve Atwater.
I said they were tough yards.
Watch
they
this.
may have over 200.
There's your pop.
And with Atwater and Victor Green at safeties, you're going to get murdered over the middle. 9 tackles tonight for Atwater. Smith lowers his head, gets near the 45.
You know what Aaron Glenn said? Wasn't it nice about it? He said the other day, he says, I've had the opportunity, I think now, to probably have played with 2 Hall of Famers at safety. Ronnie Lott, one, and Steve Atwater is going to be the other one.
It's a tough spot for him to be in, to be playing free safety. I mean, Atwater never had great speed, and certainly nearing the end of his career, it's declined, but he can still hit with the best of them. 3rd and 5. Can the Bills keep this drive going? Flutie guns it to Reed, first down.
Aaron Glenn is right in Andre Reed's hip pocket. Doug Flutie is just in the zone. I mean, no matter what he does, he has total vision and command of what's going on that football field. It's just a quick set. They get the one-on-one coverage. Here comes the ball out in one of those throwing lanes that are created.
Well, you know, when you look at Flutie throw this ball, when he set up, Joe, it was Andre Reed all the way. There was no hesitation. He wasn't going anywhere else. He was just throwing it there.
Now you get back to pounding the ball.
Meyer and Keyshawn Johnson knowing their chances may be done if Buffalo can hold on for another couple of first downs. Smith dives to the 35. We have reached the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter.
The Buffalo Bills have been able to control the line of scrimmage on first down and second down running the football. Doug Flutie has been in very few situations where he's had to make a play for Wade Phillips that he's had to really scramble around, except at the end of the half when he was running and when he ran in for the end zone.
A clock-killing drive that has already taken 5.5 minutes off the scoreboard. Flutie on the bootleg. What a move!
And if Robert Hicks wasn't there, he probably would have picked up the first down. It takes Robert Hicks to bring down Doug Flutie.
You think Ferrier wasn't sick to his stomach? Here comes Flutie out there. I'm going to my left, and Flutie's going to cut back into my right. Ferrier's number 58. Now, you want to figure out where you don't have any place to go? Flutie comes out. Watch Ferrier. Back. Flutie goes back inside. He picks up about 4.
A handful of air and nothing more. His wife, Lori, he had to bet her heart goes up in her throat every time Doug runs.
I haven't seen his son face the field yet.
No. 3rd and 4. Blitz. Flutie for Moulds. Moulds beat Coleman, and that's a mismatch.
Flutie beat Coleman. Where he throws his ball, Moulds has to come back to it. He doesn't lead Moulds. He throws the ball behind him and behind Coleman. Watch where Flutie throws the ball.
The thing about Doug Flutie getting the ball off, Eric Moulds hasn't even got into the route, but he puts it up in the air with such a touch that as Moulds turns around, he has a chance to find it and make a play on it.
Another first down. Linton back in as the running back. The big guy hit by Rick Lyle after a gain of a couple.
You know, we're talking about the Jets defense with Belichick. I'll tell you something. I don't care how good your defense is. If you're on the field that long, you can't win.
The Jets have called a timeout with 2:29 to go.
A lot of people have allergies. I have multi-symptom nasal allergies. It's the sneezing, itchy, runny nose, the nasal congestion. It's all of it. I told my doctor, I've had it. I want an allergy medicine made
accomplished. Total yards better than twice. Time of possession 34-49 to only 22. This drive has taken over 7 minutes itself. Linton outside 10 5 touchdown. But there's a marker. Holding will come back
against the Bills.
Holding. Number 85 of the offense. A 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
And whenever you see a back turn the corner that clean, you can look at the block on the corner.
And usually it's the tight end on the outside that seals, that winds up getting a hand out.
Jay Reamersma.
When you got that arm outside, the officials are looking for it. James Ferrier doesn't stand a chance to go get Linton, and Linton doesn't stand a chance to get 6 on the board.
You can start with your hands outside, but the rule this year says you must immediately bring them inside.
And you're not allowed to undress someone.
No. Smith. Both backs have run very hard tonight. In fact, for that matter, so is Flutie. And the Jets will spend their second timeout.
Timeout. Jets, second third team timeout. 30-second timeout.
Fans, if you missed tonight's giveaway, please keep your ticket stub and redeem at any Buffalo area Wegmans Food Market inside the video department.
Coming up on SportsCenter, the NFL Blitz reports from around the league. Sosa and McGuire both did it again today. And our conversation, Joe talked with Keyshawn Johnson about his emotion in week 1. He was terribly distressed. What was interesting about it, it took a couple of days, and Bill Parcells then had them convinced that they could still win. And off the performance tonight, I think they'll be more convinced with Rick Mirer that they can still win.
Well, it's not Rick Mirer. I think that this football team has to decide that they're going to go out and play the kind of football they can. You can't take a lot away from the Jets tonight. You have to give a lot of credit to Doug Flutie. This is as fine a job of quarterbacking a football team and making plays that I've seen from a quarterback in a lot of years.
He's facing a 3rd and 13 here. Conservative call, Linton. This will set up a field goal opportunity for Steve Christie, who has already missed twice, and the Jets use their final timeout.
The thing about Doug Flutie, too, Mike, he's such an athlete. He'll probably be in a pickup basketball game tomorrow. I mean,
well, Paul, you talked at the beginning of the telecast that there was no Flutie magic last week because they couldn't run. The offense was wide open for him tonight. He had 2 24-yard runs tonight, and that great block on Mo Lewis, the 2 24-yard runs were the best of his NFL career. The second one was for the touchdown. And the magic is back in Buffalo.
It certainly is.
They embraced him when he came on last year in relief of Rob Johnson. And the love affair has continued. Now Christie, who has missed from 44 and 45. This is from 35, and it's true. So the Bills have given themselves a 2-touchdown lead with only 2:05 left.
When the Jets took their final timeout, Joe, Brian Cox walked up to Flutie, who was standing there, and patted him on the head. And I know he had to say, "Great job, young man."
I think Brian is the type of a player who respects somebody who plays as hard as he does. John Butler, the general manager of the Buffalo Bills, is another guy who deserves a lot of credit. He's the only one that was willing to take a chance on Doug Flutie. Doug tried for so long to get back into the NFL.
And in these days of mega salaries, he signed for $225,000. That was his contract, plus a $25,000 signing bonus. Then after last year, he and the family got a huge new contract, and well-deserved.
You've got a few dollars tied up in quarterbacks here.
Yes, you do.
Let me just say one thing about it. There's his son, and he's autistic, and Doug would give all of it, to have his son say, "Hi, Dad."
Yes, he would.
I mean, it is just an incredible story about a man
there he
and his
is.
son. I mean, it's just absolutely unbelievable.
There he is. Those big Bambi eyes.
Making the score Buffalo 17, the Jets 3. Brought to you by Christie Carpenter.
The Jets now in a huge hole. And they'll start from their own 27. We have reached the 2-minute warning officially at 1:58 here in Orchard. He's my older brother.
I thought so. I thought that.
Ralph Wilson, Jr.
Ralph Wilson has seen his team tonight rush for 226 yards. Their high last year was 215. Mirer steps out of pressure and gets out of bounds at the 38. Our overhead shots tonight provided by the Southwest Airlines aerial cam high above Ralph Wilson Stadium for ESPN Sunday Night Football. And Ralph Wilson did a great job in remodeling the stadium.
Billy Munson, the VP here, was in charge of putting in all the new suites. The Paul McGuire Club. Excuse me.
You guys are all invited in there, but it's will be closed as soon as the game's over.
Thanks. Mirer under pressure, got it out to Dedrick Ward, and Ward got out of bounds. But there's a marker down back where Mirer was drilled, and it will come back. Well, the Jets have certainly made enough mistakes tonight. Parcells' team's always among the least
Illegal use of hands to
penalized.
the face. Number 71 in the offense. A 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
It's Kerry Jenkins, the second-year left guard. Penalties tonight, 9 against the Jets for 67 yards, many of them at inopportune moments. Parcells, in his career, 5.44 penalties per game. That is the best of any active coach. You would expect these other two guys to be right there, too, Holmgren and Dungy.
Those are well-coached football teams that don't make mistakes.
And the offense has committed 6 of those penalties tonight. Meyer, the quick screen, and Dedrick Ward didn't have a chance because Sean Price got out there in a hurry. So did Marcellus Wiley. Wiley very quick from a defensive end spot. Meyer wide of Dedrick Ward this time, well covered by Antoine Winfield, the rookie first-round draft choice out of Ohio State.
I think Bill Parcells is going to have a chance to take a look at this film, and Charlie Wise, the offensive coordinator, and they're going to get a little bit of an idea now what Rick Meyer does well. Looks like he throws the ball up the field. It's a little flat when he throws it up the field, but you can get people down the field a bit. I think he works the middle of the field very well. We had a lot of balls dropped for him on the inside. So those are the type of plays you'll start to see the Jets start to call while he's in there.
He's 13 out of 26, 121 yards. This one down the middle, incomplete. Quinn Early laid out and couldn't get it.
I'll tell you, Kurt Schultz is a safety, and he just can't wait to nail somebody. Here's the throw to Quinn Early, and watch at the end of this thing. Look at this 24. Wham.
There's another one that
was catchable, wasn't it?
I think it is. I think you've got to. Guys have got to make catches for you.
It would have been a heck of a catch, but it went right through his hands. 4th and 20. Meyer deep down the middle and too high for Quinn Early, incomplete. Schultz had a shot at an interception that time. Let's go to Solomon Wilcott. Sol, what do you have?
Yeah, Mike, after a 0-3 start last year, not only did Doug Flutie save the season, but he also saved the Ralph Wilson Stadium from becoming extinct. While Flutie weaved his magic in leading the Bills to the playoffs, well, he also cast a spell on all of Western New York, causing sales in luxury suites to skyrocket beyond $11 million. From there, the state kicked in another $53 million for stadium renovation. So, Mike, it may not be the house Flutie built, but he certainly saved it from utter ruin.
Yeah. Solomon, that's terrific.
You know what I loved about Flutie? We said, I only played at my height. Can you imagine if he was 6'5"? No, I'm just saying.
It'd be unbelievable.
It would be crazy if he could play that way.
Did you see the gesture that Brian Cox made to Rick Meyer as he came off the field after they turned it over on downs? He stopped him, patted him on top of the helmet. Brian Cox knows how well Rick Meyer played tonight.
Well, you let your quarterback know you are not the only reason we win or lose. Whether it was Vinny Testaverde at the quarterback position for the Jets tonight or Rick Meyer, I don't think it would have made a difference.
How big is this for the Bills? They win at home. They go to 1-1. The Jets fall to 0-2. Both divisional losses. Bill Parcells has dug them out of deep holes before, but as tough as this division is, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back. Since 1970, 37 teams have started 0-2 with 2 division losses. Only 5 of them have made the playoffs. Only 2 of them won their division. One of them, of course, Bill Parcells. He won the AFC East in '96 with the Patriots after starting.
Think about Vince Tobin said he was going to unveil it tonight.
It's a 2-5-2 formation, so Jackie comes forward, but Nedney sends it into the end zone, where it is down by R.W. McQuarters. So a little bit of intrigue at the outset. And that may be the most exciting touchback in the history of the National Football League.
I think I would have run it out there, Al, because, you know, you have 2 guys out there that can't tackle very well.
The element of surprise. Steve Young, his numbers through the first 2 games. Of course, his lifetime pass rating is 97, and that's sensational. Garner and Vardell in the backfield. Owens and Rice outside. Fan is the tight end. We'll also see a lot of J.J. Stokes, Fiore, Brown, Gallman, Newberry, and Deese in that revamped offensive line to try to protect Steve Young. And they begin on the ground, and they give it to Charlie Garner. And remember, this is the year in which they figured Garrison Hurst would come back from the broken ankle, but he hasn't. His season and career, in fact, are in jeopardy. More on that later. Wadsworth, Swinger, Drake, and Rice, the front four for Arizona. The ends are great. Fredrickson, McKinnon, and Walls are the linebackers. Fredrickson ran an interception back for a touchdown last week. Williams and Chavis at the corners. Bennett and Lassiter are the safeties. Aeneas Williams is a Pro Bowl corner. 2nd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. Young goes the other way after looking left and hits Jerry Rice. And for Jerry Rice, that's 1,147 career receptions, first down.
You can see right there Steve Young checking and scanning the defense. And this is what wily old quarterbacks can do. They can find their open guys, they can read the defense and get the ball quick.